Welcome back to First Moveable Guitar Chords. This book focuses on 8 movable chord shapes. We're on page 8. We're going to start off reviewing the major forms you learned on page 7, and then we have some major chord exercises. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of First Moveable Guitar Chords that you can read from and write in. Plus, you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. Before we look at the exercises on page 8, we're going to do a very brief review of the chords that you learned on page 7, starting with this major shape with the root on the 6th string. Finger 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, and 1. This happens to be an A major chord that I'm playing because I'm placing the root of this shape, the note the chord's built on, I'm playing the root of this shape on string 6, fret 5, where the A is. If I move it up a fret, now it's on a B flat, and it's a B flat major. And our 5th string shape, finger 1, 3, 3, 3. So finger 3 is barring strings 2 through 4, and we're muting the 1st string and the 6th string. Now our root is on the 5th string. My root right now happens to be on the D, string 5, fret 5, so it's a D major. If I move it up a fret, now it's on an E flat, it's an E flat major. Beginning on page 8, you're going to see numbers in boxes in your music. A 6 in a box means you're going to play a chord with the root on the 6th string, and surprise, surprise, a 5 in a box means you're going to play that chord with the root on the 5th string. And when we play through these exercises, we're going to keep the strumming patterns nice and simple. The point here isn't to learn fancy strumming patterns. The point here is to find these chords. And our process for all of these is to find our root notes and then figure out what chords go with those root notes. Then we cycle through the chords and then play the song. Number 3 begins with an A flat major on string 6. So first thing we need to do is find our A flat note on string 6 so we can place our root note. That's going to be at the 4th fret on the 6th string. And since that is on the 6th string, we use our 6th string major shape to play an A flat major. Next chord is a D flat major on string 5. So now we need to find a D flat note on string 5. That is at the 4th fret on the 5th string, and because that's on string 5, our root is, we play our 5th string shape. So there's our D flat major. Next we have an E flat major on string 5. E flat is just going to be 2 frets higher than D flat, so the root of our E flat is going to be on the 6th fret on the 5th string. And those are the only 3 chords in this one, so you can practice cycling through those chords, A flat, D flat, E flat. Just do that a few times to get used to that movement. And then play through it once. Don't worry about tempo, just play through all the chords. So A flat at the beginning, D flat in measure 2, E flat, back to D flat, to A flat again, to E flat, so you're going to have to move over a couple frets, back to A flat. And then play it in tempo at a very slow speed. The main thing here is to find these chords, not to develop a lot of speed. And again, I'm going to keep the strumming very simple. I'm just going to do quarter notes right here. So we have A flat, 2, 3, 4 to D flat, E flat, to D flat. Next line, we're back to A flat, to E flat, back to A flat. Exercise number 4 begins with a B major on string 6. So the first thing we need to do is find the B note on string 6 so we know where our root note is. That's going to be at the 7th fret. And because that root note is on the 6th string, we use our 6th string major shape. Next we have an E on string 5. So we find our E note on string 5, that's going to be at the 7th fret as well. And that's our 5th string shape because our root note is on the 5th string. Next we have an A note, or I should say an A major chord on the 6th string. So we need to find our A note on the 6th string. That's going to be at the 5th fret with our 6th string shape. Moving to a D on string 5. That's going to be at the 5th fret, so that'll be our 5th string shape as well. Goes back to that same A, and then D again. Now we move to another chord. This is going to be G on string 6, so find our G note on string 6, 3rd fret, 6th string shape, and it ends on a C major on string 5, so we need to find our C note on string 5 to find our root. That's at the 3rd fret. So play through those chords just nice and slow. Don't worry about a tempo or anything like that. Just play your B to your E to your A to your D, back to A again, D, G, and C, and then play the exercise in a very slow tempo. This time, instead of all quarter notes, I'll do like a bass strum. So B to your E, nice and slow, A to your D, whoops, back to your A again, to your D, to your G, and then your C. At the bottom of page 8, we have number 5. This one has a regular pattern, so once you figure out the pattern for the first 3 chords, you can apply it to the rest of the chords, just moving down fret by fret. First, we find our root notes and chords. So we have a C on string 6. That's going to be up at the 8th fret, and since that's on the 6th string, we use our 6th string shape. And then we have an F major on string 5. F at string 5 is the same fret as C, and that'll be our 5th string shape, and then back to C. So there's our pattern. C on the 6th string, 5th string, back to 6th string. And then you apply that to the next set of chords. We have a B on the 6th string. That's just going to be at the 7th fret. E at the 7th fret on the 5th string, and then B again on the 6th string. Then B flat on the 6th string. That'll be at the 6th fret. And then E flat on the 5th string. Back to B flat. And then one more round, we have A on the 6th string. That'll be at the 5th fret. D, 5th string shape, same fret, and back to A. And then you play the exercise. So we have C's, F, and C, 2, 3, nice and slow, then B, 2, 3 to B flat, and finally A to D, ending on A. Your assignment is to practice exercises 3 through 5 on page 8. Start off by finding your root notes and chords first, and then play through the chords very slowly. Don't worry about a tempo at first, just play through the chords. Once you're comfortable finding the chords, play at a very slow speed. Your goal here isn't speed, your goal here is just to find those chords. The faster you can find your notes on strings 5 and 6, the easier this is all going to be. So continue quizzing yourself on the 5th and 6th string notes with the tips and memory exercises on page 6. And don't forget to order your own copy of First Moveable Guitar Chords. The link is in the description. Stay on this page until you're comfortable with all 3 exercises, and then when you're ready, I'll see you on page 9. We're going to apply our movable major shapes to a couple songs.